Plenty of fourth round FA Cup action from 1982 on offer. It's Match Time Revisited.
More great drama? That's just the job. Trust a Trader, sponsoring ITV4 Daytime.
TrustATrader.com.
Good afternoon. 3 ties from the fourth round of the FA Cup, including 2 of the day's most convincing performances. We can see Liverpool on manager Bob Paisley's 62nd birthday away to Sunderland, the team that he supported as a boy. Also there's Ipswich, for whom Terry Butcher played for most of the match at Luton with a terrible nosebleed. In fact, by the end he'd lost 3 pints of blood. Happier times too at Blackpool. Supporters who've seen their team drop into the 4th division in recent years, but having a good cup run and at home yesterday to Queen's Park Rangers. But we start at Roker Park, where Liverpool haven't lost for 24 years. An impressive record this season as well. Apart from the World Club Championship, Liverpool haven't been beaten away from home since early September. So the odds very much in their favour as we join Tyne Tees Television and Roger Thames.
There's nothing Roker Park enjoys more than the glamour of a big FA Cup tie. And today, against the Cup favourites Liverpool, Sunderland have a glorious chance to restore much of the confidence that has ebbed away from Alan Durban's struggling side. Those fans have Mick Buckley to thank for today's game being possible. He chose Monday night's replay against Rotherham to score his first goal since the opening day of the season, and so put Sunderland into the 4th round. As expected, Alan Durban names the same 11 that disposed of Rotherham, so Jimmy Nicholl plays only his 2nd game at right back, despite this week beginning his 2nd month on loan from Manchester United. There is a change on the bench, though. Barry Venison makes way for Alan Brown, who was chosen for the first time since his transfer to Newcastle broke down. Liverpool were also in action this week, turning in a typically emphatic performance in the League Cup replay at Barnsley to win 3-1. So they've already secured a place in one cup semi-final, but in the process they've lost Phil Thompson, who was carried off at Oakwell with a leg wound. So Alan Kennedy, who was born in Sunderland, is recalled at left-back, though he wears number 4. And expensive signing Mark Lawrenson, wearing 3, proves his versatility by switching to the middle of the defence. Today's referee is Alex Hamill from Wolverhampton. So it's Liverpool in all yellow who kick off, attacking the goal to our left. Sunderland in white shirts and red shorts, and Sunderland, despite home advantage, definitely the underdogs in this game. Though their recent form, where they've won 2 and drawn 1 of their last 3 games, stretching back to the beginning of December, means that Roker Park is a rather more confident place than maybe their league position suggests. Cummins, who may get to it first, but Phil Neal covering well, and Sunderland have a corner conceded by Phil Neal. Neal, who passed a fitness test on a calf injury to make his 100th consecutive FA Cup tie for Liverpool, a remarkable record. But he and his colleagues have this corner to deal with from Sunderland. Mick Buckley will take it. March is on the near post, but Grobbelaar managing to collect that one quite comfortably under pressure from Ali McCoist. Rush. Lee. Dalglish has made the run, Clark is with him. Oh, Dalglish has got past him. And how did he get it in from there? Kenny Dalglish gives Liverpool the lead. 5 minutes gone. Bad mistake, though, in the heart of the Sunderland defence. And the culprit, Jeff Clark, really. eluding the challenge and just recovering himself and through Siddall's legs. Kenny Dalglish gives Liverpool the lead. It's Sunderland 0, Liverpool 1. There's just 6 minutes gone, and Sunderland have given themselves a mountain to climb now. Kenny Dalglish, his 13th goal of the season, and one that proves more unlucky for Sunderland. Well, Sunderland had admitted that a good start was important to them, and they haven't got that one little bit. Liverpool now will be looking to press home their advantage. This is Jimmy Nicholl, there to add experience to the Sunderland rearguard, and certainly they'll need that now. And this is Ali McCoist, cut out there by Hansen, and Dalglish, a little touch there to Rush. And Dalglish is through, and that was a superb move, foiled by Barry Siddall. Alan Hansen linked up so well then with his forwards, and the corner is quickly taken, and it's relentless now on Sunderland in the opening stages. But what a move that was by Liverpool, springboarding into attack. Hansen linking there superbly and getting the return ball from Ian Rush, and a first-time shot that Siddall was pleased to beat away. To exploit an awkward bounce in the middle of the Liverpool defence that had Mark Lawrenson struggling, but Stan Cummins nipped in behind the big man and tried to flick the ball over Grobbelaar into the net, but he was just too high. March. Dalglish first time, lovely ball to Rush. Oh, how unlucky! But what skill from Rush, and it's still going. Well, a let-off there for Sunderland. The ball threaded through, but play at the other end is going now, and it's Cummins who tries to equalise there, and excitement at both ends there. First, Sunderland under pressure, and they were lucky to escape. Dalglish through the middle there, Rush was onto it like a flash. He saw Siddall was off his line, tried to chip in, and that's how close he was to giving Liverpool 2-0 lead. McDermott. Dalglish, he's got a bit of room. Just brilliant from Kenny Dalglish. You don't give Kenny Dalglish room anywhere. 2-0 to Liverpool. There really didn't look to be that much danger, but Dalglish saw he'd been given room, and he had the time to line up the shot, and that was just inch perfect. Siddall had no chance. 16 minutes gone, Kenny Dalglish gets his second goal of the game. It's Sunderland 0, Liverpool 2. And Liverpool really are rubbing the salt in Sunderland's early wound. So what can Sunderland do about this scoreline? Kenny Dalglish really punishing them for 2 lapses of concentration in the middle of the defence. And in fact, there goes the half-time whistle. 45 minutes dominated totally by Liverpool from beginning to end. Kenny Dalglish scoring 2 goals in the first 16 minutes, and Sunderland have dug their own grave so far. 2 mistakes let him in, and he punished them so severely. So Sunderland really do have a mammoth task if they're to try and stay in the FA Cup this season, with Liverpool in masterful control. The half-time score then is Sunderland 0, Liverpool 2. So the number 12, Alan Brown, has been brought on as Sunderland desperately try to do something about this 2-goal deficit they face in the second half. It's a bold move by Alan Durban, because it looks as though he's taken off the captain, Jeff Clark, and reshuffled his team completely. Sean Elliott has gone into the middle of the back four alongside Rob Hindmarch to allow Alan Brown to take his place up front. And straight away, Sunderland are into the attack, with Pickering linking up. So a brave move by Sunderland. Alan Brown, who had such a disastrous time after returning from Newcastle, where they said he had a back problem which ruled out a transfer, but he was in good form at Newcastle, and he'll certainly need to be in good form here if he's to create anything for Sunderland. Liverpool, you may remember, have the most remarkable record here at Roker Park. It's 24 years since Sunderland last beat Liverpool here. It was in August 1958, and they still look a long way from achieving that here this afternoon. And here goes Brown, brought down there by Kennedy. And I suppose, if nothing else, then Brown's injection of pace will give the Roker Park supporters something to cheer and perhaps lift their team. But it's a free kick here to Sunderland. Cummins with the kick, straight at the wall though. Jimmy Nicholl. Here goes Nicholl again. Corner. Oh, a spirited start this by Sunderland. Liverpool have weathered many a storm. Cummins now swings this one in. Away by Neil. Nicholl. Got a touch. Jimmy Nicholl had the Indian sign over Liverpool. He's the only man on the pitch with a cup winner's medal. It was against Liverpool that he won it. His shot deflected for another corner. Stan Cummins to take it. And Grobbelaar collects it at the near post, with Hindmarch putting him under pressure. Kennedy, burst of speed there, not enough to latch onto the pass slid through by Dalgleish. Brown found Ritchie. Tom Ritchie, who's operating rather deeper in midfield with Brown on. Buckley to the middle, Hansen away, Ritchie again. Buckley. McCoist, oh, fine save from Grobbelaar. When Liverpool need it, Grobbelaar pulled out an excellent example of goalkeeping. Buckley blasting the ball into the middle. McCoist did well to collect it, turn, got the shot on target, and Grobbelaar was equal. Sunderland's corner. Grobbelaar missed it, but Whelan didn't to get it clear. And Sunderland have certainly started the second half with more conviction than they managed in the whole first 45 minutes. And the crowd seems to have responded to that as well. Alan Brown again getting to it first and finding Ritchie and Buckley. The hoist quickly taken to Gary Rowell. Elliott coming through. Elliott trying to get through the middle, but Neil was there. Pickering through Tom Ritchie now. Chance is this for Ritchie, but Grobbelaar's positioning foiled Ritchie. Ritchie managing to escape some marking there, getting away on the right. Got the shot in, but Grobbelaar had checked back all the way. Rush, Dalglish didn't quite get it right. Nicol towards Brown. Fouled there by Hansen. Certainly had an effect, Alan Brown, so far. Looked quite sharp. Jimmy Nicol, though, with the free kick. Cut out by Whelan, and here he is again. Under pressure, though, it went straight to Rowell. Cummins trying to turn Whelan and get on the outside of him. And he's still got his work cut out. Cummins gets away, but couldn't pull the cross back enough to test the Liverpool goal. Good run, though, by Stan Cummins. Looked as though he'd been driven into no man's land out there, but he still kept going and managed to get round Whelan. But the final ball rather too close to the keeper. Fine march. Souness, Phil Neal, McDermott. Just too high for Sammy Lee. Liverpool quite happy to try and pick their way through the defence. Rowell. Nicol. Squeezed through to Ritchie. Hansen cut it out, and now it's Liverpool who come forward. Here's Dalglish. Rush. He's under pressure. The referee's whistle's gone for offside. And Rush's disappointment, quite understandable. Hansen came forward quickly then. Lovely first-time ball from Dalglish. Rush was offside, even though he kept his balance so well and tucked the ball away so neatly. Hansen is the man covering. Neal. Dermot. March. "15 minutes left. 15 minutes for Sunderland to achieve what looks like at the moment the impossible. 15 minutes for Liverpool to carry on in the same controlled, calm manner that they've displayed throughout the game. This is Phil Neal and Rush. Kennedy now linking forward, and a good first-time ball to Rush. It's still with Rush. Alan Kennedy couldn't quite squeeze it across there, and a little bit of confident work there from Tom Ritchie with that back flick to give Barry Siddle the ball. Brown, McCoist challenging. Liverpool still have the man spare to cover. Grobbelaar can just belt that one into the seats. And Amble back to his goal. Tom Ritchie with the throw. Jimmy Nicol. Buckley. Round to Ritchie to Nicol. Couldn't find his man. And McDermott forward now with Lee in the middle and Rush arriving. Here's Rush, and that's 3-0, Ian Rush. And Liverpool break again to telling effect. Typical McDermott, charging forward. The break was on, he missed out Lee in the middle, chose Rush, and that was an awkward header there, giving Siddle no chance. So, Ian Rush, it's his 13th goal of the season. There's 34 minutes gone in the second half, and the scoreline now is Sunderland 0, Liverpool 3. And that, surely, is that for Sunderland. Johnson has come on for Kenny Dalglish. Alan Durban in the middle there, looking a very depressed man indeed. Lawrenson. Another break on here. Here's McDermott. Rush is in the middle. Oh, so close then. David Johnson, the substitute it was. And again, it's McDermott who got out wide on the right, cut back the cross, and Johnson came in. And he'll be disappointed to have missed that one. And in the final minute now, Alan Brown is away. Maybe he can end the game on a high note for Sunderland. And his shot is a fair way away from the target. Brown, Lawrenson there, but he never really got anywhere near the target. 45 minutes up in the second half. And really, the final whistle there relieves the torture for Sunderland. Ian Rush scoring after 79 minutes to make it 3-0, but the damage done by Kenny Dalglish, who was substituted later on in the disastrous, crazy first quarter of an hour for Sunderland. They dug their own grave, rather, with their defensive mistakes and let in Liverpool, whose control was total throughout the game. Cup favourites before the game, and this performance will surely shorten those odds. They looked really convincing today. Sunderland never in it. The final score, Sunderland 0, Liverpool 3, so convincing.
In fact, as Roger was saying there, the odds on Liverpool have shortened following that performance. They're still favourites, of course, but now it's 3-1. Well, Alan Durban, the Sunderland manager, said afterwards, "We gave them too much space and they made us look like novices." A great day for Liverpool's manager Bob Paisley, celebrating his 62nd birthday. Bob told us it was a birthday to remember, and Kenny made it extra special. Yes, Kenny Dalglish, of course, who played such an important part in Liverpool's win. He was taken off as a precaution, by the way, because of double vision, but he'll be all right for Tuesday's game at Notts County, and that's got to be good news, Dennis, hasn't it?
Yes, you're right, Alton, because Kenny and Liverpool really look as if they're back in business. I haven't seen Liverpool play that sort of football for some time. It was just like the old days when Liverpool's one-touch football used to overrun opponents with moves like this. And to think only a month or so ago there was talk of Liverpool having a poor season. Well, some poor season. They're still in all the major cup competitions, and no way would I write them out of the league race. One player who was supposedly struggling for his form during that lean spell was Kenny Dalglish. But he struck up a telepathic understanding with young Ian Rush. Kenny seems to find him from any position. You think he had eyes in the back of his head at times.
Dalglish first time, lovely ball to Rush. Oh, how unlucky!
And of course there's no one quite like Kenny for sniffing out when the opposition is at its weakest. Defenders can't afford to hesitate when he's about, as Sunderland's Jeff Clark discovers. Dalglish holds him off, shields the ball, and cleverly puts the defender off balance. Kenny goes down too, but bounces back up and deserves his bit of luck with the first goal. Well, poor Clark is so frightened of Kenny that he backs away there. And that's fatal with Kenny in this mood. What a magnificent goal. And let's not forget the part Ian Rush played. He's become so much stronger this season and is learning the Liverpool pattern all the time. He's such a natural goal scorer and has a cool head when the goal is in sight. Although this one was disallowed for offside, it's a good example of how to keep your balance and take time to choose your spot. Rush is one of 4 players who have established themselves in the new-look Liverpool side. Ronnie Whelan, Mark Lawrenson and even the much criticised Bruce Grobbler all impressed me yesterday. It looks as though Bob Paisley has seen Liverpool through this latest transitional period quietly and efficiently.
Thanks, Dennis. A short break now. Welcome back for a match that provides an interesting comparison between the top of the First Division and the top of the Second. Ipswich Town away to Luton. And indeed, Luton looking for a club record sequence of 9 successive home wins against an Ipswich side who've won their last 8 matches. Well, Anglia Television provide the coverage. Jerry Harrison's the commentator. Ipswich in their new red away strip.
Mariner. Gates past Horton, coming in on the wrong side. Now Gates is in a great position. Good challenge by Al Donaghy. Out to White. Hill's pushed up. Steen is up. This is Ricky Hill here. Butcher keeping him out. Hill turning superbly. And Cooper stopped Moss getting a touch and White getting a touch too. That was good quick thinking by Cooper and a great turn by Ricky Hill. Here's the good turn by Hill. And the good bit of interception by Cooper. In for Brazil, not too tight the marking. Mariner, Burley, Brazil to walk, they're in. Well, they had a golden opportunity here, they pushed it around, they opened up the Luton defence, and in drifts Walk, some superlative football here. One touch for control and pass. Walks in here quickly, but so's the challenge by Hazelwood. Steen is free on the right. Ricky Hill dragging a defender to him. Hill in a position here. Fantastic finish. Now White. Desperately unlucky Ricky Hill. Fushillo going. Mills can clear it up. And a round of applause for a tremendous move and shot by Ricky Hill. Done it inside 2 defenders, hit a real stormer, and Cooper didn't see it. Mariner wins that well, but it's Stevens who makes up his mind very quickly. Ricky Hill, Stevens, some great first-time passing here by Luton, but the control wasn't good, nor was the challenge on Butcher, which was accidental possibly, but it's still dangerous. Ball played in by Kirk Stevens to Brian Steen. He doesn't control it well, and as it bobbles behind him, he goes for another attempt, and Butcher tries to get it clear, and that's where the problem was. And the Ipswich supporters behind this Kenilworth Road goal, with a good view of the action and the pressure here, and here's Paul Mariner led in on the far post. Well, that was an opening for the England centre-forward. It was a fine cross, and watch Walk come forward and dummy a defender to come into it too early. That's Walk there, and Goodyear didn't judge it right, and nor did Mariner with a shot. Well won by Russell Osman and Walk. Mariner does well to Brazil, they're in here, and Brazil goes down. The referee says, is it a penalty? Mariner protests, but a goal kick has been given. Well, Brazil surely was upended there. Lovely flick on by Mariner. Now Brazil appears to be away. Donaghy is down, and so is Brazil. Here's Mariner. Touch on to Brazil. There's a fine touch too. Brazil. Absolutely clinical. No trouble at all for Brazil. And a lovely one touch by Paul Mariner. Totally exposed. Well, the marking wasn't 100% there by Luton. That was a nice touch, unchallenged by Mariner. And Brazil, nobody near him at all, on the left foot. Finlay left with no chance. And the Ipswich supporters who travelled here are happy. Hazelwood. And it was deflected, so it made it even harder for Brian Steen. But it's another throw. A lot of support now behind Luton. Steen. Good cross. White. Oh, good save by Cooper. Desperately unlucky. Off balance he hit it. Off balance it was saved. But they did the trick just. So Luton denied there, but they're still pushing forward. Their best spell of the second half by a long way. And that one goes out. So the pressure is relieved. But certainly Ipswich were quite fortunate there, although goalkeeper Paul Cooper reacted well to that White shot, and with help from Osman, away it goes. Well, Terry Butcher has battled on with that nosebleed for all of the second half, and clearly never successfully stopped. And there's blood everywhere. Gradiantic, Luton substitute, just preparing himself, and on the right-hand side there is Kevin O'Callaghan too. He was firing one away into space and into trouble really for Luton, because they're piling forward now, the Ipswich Town side. Gates to Mills, and on his right goes Burley. Nobody really keeping track with him. There's so much space and there's so many players in there. And there's Gates. Well, they opened the door, they invited them in, and popped another one in. Terrific run by George Burley. And Mick Mills was in the build-up for that all the way through. Terrific patience, good running. Mills waits for Burley to get into that telling position. Moss is well away from him here. Burley's able to get it down to the line, pick his man, and that happens to be Eric Gates, who's dropped back a bit here as Mariner makes a run forward. And a little touch, and it's 2-0. So it's the departure of Terry Butcher because of that nose injury, and on comes Kevin O'Callaghan. Now Moss. The call is coming over to help Burley, but Moss could get down to the line here. It's a good cross, and a chance for White here. It was a hard chance. One wonders if he should have pulled it down and pulled it back, but it was a good run by David Moss, a useful cross too. Deflected, that's quite an angle to beat the goalkeeper, and it's not on. There's been quite a few half chances for Luton. There's been a few for Ipswich too, and there's so much space out there. Mills first, O'Callaghan's with him. Gates is square on the edge of the area here. Gates. Gates again. So easy. Well, Luton had thrown players forward, they've taken the gamble, and they pay the price. Acres of space again. Mills cashing in this time on the left-hand side, biding his time while Gates gets a good position. Gates here with the shot. Then, as it's beaten out by the goalkeeper, it's Gates who reacts quicker, and it's 3-0. A brief flurry there between Antiche and Gates when the ball was nowhere near them. The referee quickly sorted it out. And there is the final whistle. It's 3-0 to Ipswich.
Well, now to our third tie, one of two played in the Northwest yesterday. Blackpool of the 4th Division against Queen's Park Rangers of the 2nd. Blackpool having already beaten one of the 2nd Division's top sides in Barnsley. Your commentator at Bloomfield Road is Martin Tyler.
It's the same Blackpool side that achieved that splendid win at Barnsley in the 3rd round. Now with 37-year-old Peter Noble, a key figure in the centre of the defence. Ronnie Blair and Dennis Wan also have deep wells of experience in a 4-man midfield. Up front, the pairing of Colin Morris and Dave Bamber has produced 12 goals apiece this season. For goalkeeper Ian Hesford, the FA Cup runs in the blood. His father Bob kept goal for Huddersfield Town in the 1938 final at Wembley. And Clive Allen on the right, the Queen's Park Rangers striker, he has a similar pedigree. Clive, the son of Les Allen, who was a cup winner in the Spurs double side of 1961. Allen and Tony Curry only returned to first-team action last Saturday after long-term injuries, and they helped this Rangers side win at Middlesbrough on Monday. Simon Steinrod's 2 goals that night took his total to 16. The 19-year-old defender Warren Neal, who came on to score the winner, he loses the substitute spot today. Gary Micklewhite wears the 12th shirt as cover for Curry, who has a sore hip. How did cup tie feel about today's referee? Keith Hackett from Sheffield, who was in charge, of course, of last season's final and its replay between Spurs and Manchester City. It's the first meeting in cup football between these two sides. And an early feel for Ian Hesford, who has yet to concede a goal in this cup run of Blackpool's, who carry the flag of the 4th division into this 4th round. Back from Terry Fenwick. Curry using Flanagan. Going for the return. It's finally Wayne Harrison that gets the ball into the safety from the Blackpool viewpoint of the crowd. Battling away in midfield, Wayne Harrison to keep to grips the likes of Curry particularly, who takes the throw. As the whistle goes for the end of the first half with relatively few chances. The best one went for Queen's Park Rangers and Clive Allen. He missed that, but Dave Bamber has offered Blackpool plenty of hope, not just with his height in the air, but with a turn of speed on the ground as well. But half-time at Bloomfield Road in this FA Cup 4th round tie, it's Blackpool 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0. A reminder here of the great FA Cup days. Cyril Robinson, the groundsman at Bloomfield Road, played for Blackpool in their legendary win over Bolton Wanderers in the 1953 FA Cup final. Blackpool looking to reach the 5th round of the FA Cup for the first time, remarkably, since 1959. They have a problem here in trying to find a way past the offside trap of Queen's Park Rangers. The early ball aimed for Bamber. That's one he couldn't win in the air. Touch from Morris. Here's Curry. Ian Hesford, who gets weekly goalkeeping clinics from the former Manchester United goalkeeper, Harry Gregg. From Hockaday. Bamber with a deceptive stride, he's got pace, and Blair goes down, and Blackpool feel they should have had a penalty, and Keith Hackett turns away and says no. It was Blair who became the filling in the sandwich. Roder's header dropping for Noble here. There's no stranger to playing in more advanced positions, of course. Was cut out as it was aimed for Bamber. Pashley has it back. And Morris. And it's wide. But there was a chink there in the Rangers defending. And the crowd again are on their feet, applauding. Pashley carrying it forward. And look how Morris here was allowed room in the Rangers area. Noble. It almost came off the back of Peter Noble's head. He protested he was pushed, and he may have had a case. It almost went through for Clive Allen. And the linesman flagging on this near side. And the whistle is now heard by Bamber and Roder. And the flag presumably was for offside. Hockaday. Now Simonite. He's furious with himself for the pass. Puts it back. Robbing Waddock. Pashley. One. Pashley involved a second time. Harrison showed too much of it to Waddock. Pashley's cross. Morris got in the way, and Hockaday was only inches away with an effort of genuine power. Colin Morris perhaps fortunate there not to be penalised, but had it gone in from Hockaday, it would have counted. Flanagan arriving at the near post. Steinrod hesitated, and Blair, the two former Oldham players involved then, and it's come through for Allen. And Peter Noble earns a round of applause for some stern defending again. Bamber brought down by Howe. Well, it's more than two generations really since Blackpool were national headlines for their cup exploits. But the memory lives on here, and supporters young and old alike. This is a special game, but Gordon Simonite will need some treatment. 19-year-old John Deary, I'm sure, would like a taste of this cup tie action. And it looks as though he might get it, because the expressions tell more than the limp, really. Gordon Simonite, more than anyone, would be disappointed to give second best to an injury. John Deary, who's a midfield player, comes on for the last quarter of an hour here. And the game restarts with Blair's free kick. Hucker gets a fist to it. Back from McEwen, and Bamber. And what brave goalkeeping from Peter Hucker, because Bamber seems to have had the yard there. This is Allen against two, one of whom, Pashley, does the job. Blair was back as well. Curry finding Waddock with the back heel. Blair now the emergency right back. Of course, no stranger to that type of role, and he keeps an eye on Flanagan here. Rhoda. Allen and Pashley. Corner given. The Rangers have been under the collar more in the second half, but an opportunity here to perhaps seal a place in the fifth round. Waddock. Well, that could be a costly mistake. Blair leading the break forward. Morris to his left. And he stayed onside. Blackpool massing in the middle as Morris goes for the byline. And the chance was perhaps a case of too many cooks. Ronnie Blair, who'd run half the length of the field to find Morris, and Morris did well here, took Roeder on, the cross was struck deep, and the chance went away. Queen's Park Rangers really have no cup traditions of any substance, but Clive Allen is in and buries it into the midriff of Hesford. He can smile in satisfaction. Blair was the defender who was caught. Allen went on, and Hesford really got in the way of it. Pashley. Here's Bamba. Struck it well, and the rebound came off Hucker, but not quickly enough for John Deary, who was following in. But Bamba making a shooting opening for himself. And there's evidence again that he's not just a tall player who's good in the air. A goalkeeper's error, but he retrieved it as Deary came in. Keith Hackett has had a look at the watch and blows the final whistle, so it's off to Loftus Road on Tuesday night. Plenty of effort from them. Queen's Park Rangers, though, gave a controlled performance, and they go away with a final scoreline here at Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0.
Well, that's all this afternoon. We'd like to close by wishing the Liverpool manager Bob Paisley a belated happy birthday, 62 yesterday, and what a super way to celebrate. Goodbye.